Welcome everybody, and thank you once again for joining me today. This is Subconsciously Speaking, What's in Your Mind. I'm your host, certified hypnotherapist, Ilah Renzi. Yeah, I'm going to add the Renzi. I got married about 3 months ago and it deserves credit. Today's episode 6, we bring to you something that is near to me. You ready? Let's just start with my little butt first, see if you can guess here. A guy walks into a bar, slumps onto a stool and grumbles, "Give me something strong. Life's garbage." The bartender nods, pours a mystery drink and slides it over. Guy takes a sip, immediately spits it out. "What is this? Tastes like regret and overdue bills." The bartender smirks, says, "That's what you're vibing got, my guy. I just serve what you radiate," which is change your vibe, change your order, change your taste buds. So let's talk about the 12 universal laws that we have in our universe. Not just the one about attraction, but let's talk about all 12. First of all, I'm just going to run through them real quick, and then I'll just break it down for just a minute. But the law of divine oneness. The law of divine oneness. This law asserts that everything in the universe is interconnected. All existence in one, and every action or thought, and has an impact on the whole world. Then there's the law of vibration. This law states that everything in the universe is constant, in constant motion, and has a vibration frequency. Thoughts, feelings, and even physical matter vibrate at different frequencies. Then there's the law of correspondence. The law posits that there is correspondence between the patterns and cycles in the larger universe and those in the smaller systems, such as individuals and societies, as stated above, and so below. Law of attraction, the one we're all familiar with. According to this law, like attracts like. Positive thoughts, feelings attract positive experiences, while negative thoughts attract negative experiences. In my beginning bar, the guy walked into a bar example. Then there's the law of inspired action. This law suggests that achieving goals requires more than just positive thinking. It involves taking inspired, purposeful action to manifest a desire. There's the law of perpetual transmutation of energy. This is the 6th one. We're halfway through, guys. Energy is constantly changing forms. This law emphasizes the power of focusing on higher energies and transforming lower energies into higher ones. The law of cause and effect. I'm sure some of us have heard this in our high school sciences. This law states that every action has a corresponding reaction. In other words, the energy you put into the world will eventually come back to you. Oh, sound familiar? I think my mom told me that one. Law of compensation. The law of compensation asserts that the universe compensates individuals based on their contributions. This can be in the form of financial wealth, happiness, or other positive outcomes. There's always a but wait at the end of this. So we're going to go to number 9 here. Law of relativity. Nothing is good or bad, big or small, until it's compared to something else. This law teaches that everything is relative and that challenges are opportunities for growth. The law of polarity. This law suggests that everything has an opposite. For example, there is no cold without hot, there's no light without dark, there's no on without off. Understanding and balancing these polarities essentially for harmony. And I wonder if some of these opposites aren't just subjective too, because I might say the polarity for green is blue. Interesting. Law of rhythm. The law of rhythm highlights the cyclic, rhythmic nature of life. There are ups and downs, and understanding these cycles allows individuals to navigate more effectively. Interesting. And then the final one, the law of gender. This law posits that both masculine and feminine energies exist within everything. Balancing, harmonizing these energies is crucial for personal and spiritual development. It's important to note that these laws often presented in a metaphysical or spiritual context that are not universally accepted in the science community, even though they're proven universal laws. Different spiritual traditions may have their own interpretations and variations of these principles. For example, like law of attraction might be considered prayer. And basically, I think that's synonymous. But here are some examples of each one. I'm going to go through them again. So by the time you get done listening to this, you're going to kind of have a familiarity with these 12 laws, universal laws. So the law of oneness, everything's connected. When you're kind to someone, it can brighten their day and they might go on to be kind to someone else. That one small act can ripple far and wide. The law of vibration. Everything has an energy and a frequency. When you walk into a room where people are laughing, you feel lighter. When people are angry, it feels tense. That's energy and vibration. And I'm reading these. Yes, I am. I'm giving you that little disclaimer right now. I'm not in school, so I don't have to memorize anything anymore. I'm going to give you another example of the law of vibration. Listening to your favorite upbeat song changes your mood, but because music carries vibration, and that affects how you feel. Absolutely. Music is huge. It's a universal language. Law of correspondence. As so within, without, life reflects your inner world. If your room is a mess, chances are your mind feels a little cluttered too. Clean your room and you often feel clearer. Clean your office, clean your desk, do something and you just start to feel better. And this is one example. Another one might be if you expect everyone to be rude, you start noticing rudeness more. If you look for kindness, you see more often. I have a friend who named their baby Sonata. Well, there's a car called Sonata. Everywhere they drove, everywhere they went, they always saw Sonatas. Years ago, I bought a RAV4, and of course, the first month, all I saw were RAV4s. It's kind of what's on my mind. Law of attraction, attract what you focus on. If you think, I'm going to fail this test, you may feel nervous and mess up. But if you think, I've studied and I'll do my best, your confidence helps you perform better. And it's not confidence with doubt. Did you really study? Are you really going to do your best? Do you believe that? That's the confidence you go into anything with. And your performance will be better. Another example, if you focus on wanting good friends and believing you deserve them, you're more likely to notice and connect with people who treat you well. When you start doing the positive attitude, people either love it or hate it. And those that don't like it, because misery loves company and you're not misery anymore, they're going to move away from you. They're going to disconnect from you. And you can just let them. The law of inspired action. You have to take action, not just dream about it. So if you want to be a YouTuber, great. But thinking about it won't make it happen. Picking up your phone, recording your first video, that's inspired action. This podcast that I do every week, this was months in the thinking, months in the more thinking, then in the writing, then in the, I better call somebody and see what I can do. And it took me to physically do something, and now here I am, episode 6. You dream of making a soccer team, for example. Practicing every day and going to tryouts is how you turn that dream into reality. I think there's a movie called The Greater or something like that. It's about a young kid who, it's a true story. Bolesworth, I think was his name. He wanted to be a walk-on for the Razorbacks in Arizona. He did get there. It's a beautiful story. You should watch it. It's a good story. But it talks about his dream, and he got there. Law of perpetual transmutation of energy. Energy is always moving and changing. When you're in a bad mood and someone tells you a hilarious joke, your energy changes instantly from down to up. If you're feeling low, doing something creative like drawing, dancing, or baking, it can lift you up. Better energy in your space. You can do bilateral drawing, taking a pen in each hand and just mirror drawing, and it'll change your energy. The law of cause and effect. Every action has a reaction. So if you study, you do well on a test. If you skip the homework, your grades drop. Simple cause and effect. Being helpful at home can lead to more trust and freedom. Ignoring responsibilities can lead to arguments and less trust. There's a thought. Now let's go to law of compensation. You get back what you give, often in surprising ways. So helping a friend study might seem small, but one day they may help you in a way that really matters, like emotionally or academically. And maybe it's not them that helps. Maybe it's somebody else in your world that helps because you did this. But don't ever look at it like there should be no expectation. When you are in the law of compensation, It doesn't work because you have an expectation of it. So don't expect it. Just know that I'm doing this because I want to, I have compassion for it, and if I get anything back, great. But I'm not doing it for what I get back. I learned that one the hard way. The effort you put into learning a guitar, for example, learning it now, might turn into performing for others or even on stage or in a band someday. It takes work. You don't just pick up a guitar, set it over there and say, okay, I'm going to just keep thinking about the guitar. I don't know notes. I don't know the chords. I don't know which string does what. I don't know this thing about fret. I thought that was worry. It's like, no, you got to pick it up and learn. The law of relativity, everything is relative, it depends on your perspective. Failing one test feels awful until you realize everyone else failed too, and it just wasn't you. And that's not just about a test, that's just an example. But if one person's always snapping at another person, it's not the person, it's the snapper. The person doing the snapping. You could be anybody and they're still, so never take it personally. And if someone's snapping at you, you can walk away. You have that right. A cold winter day feels like freezing until you think of someone camping outside with a jacket, or without a jacket. I'm sorry, they're camping outside without a jacket. Suddenly your heated house feels like a blessing. Yeah, it's relative. Now let's talk about the law of polarity. Everything has an opposite. You appreciate sunny days more after a week of rain, definitely. I live in California, it never rains here. We can count the number of times on one hand it rains. Feeling sad helps you truly value the moments when you feel happy. Without one, the other wouldn't be as meaningful. And I don't like feeling sad, but I do know when I feel happy after feeling sad, it makes you feel better and more thankful. Law of rhythm. Life moves in cycles, ups and downs, just like the seasons change. Summer, fall, winter, spring. Your moods and your life events, they're all a cycle. Some days you're motivated very much. Others, you just want to chill. That rhythm is normal and part of growth. And then the final one, law of gender. Everything has a masculine and feminine energy, not about gender identity or anything else, but energy balance. When you're logical and take action, masculine energy, and also kind and creative, feminine energy, you're balanced. Or another way is writing a poem takes creativity, feminine, but editing it and sharing it takes structure and action, masculine. Here is a cut. You can cut this out. Here are a few reasons why most people, that was the thing. I was like, wait a minute, what did I just, okay. There's one law, the law of attraction, that most people seem to gravitate towards than any other. And they ignore the other laws. And they might get into maybe a cause and effect or vibration, but mostly it's law of attraction. And that's what you hear. But here's the fallacies that people think. First of all, it promises quick rewards. Think it, becomes it. It's popularized by the book or movies, The Secret. And The Secret, it oversimplified the process, where so much so they had to actually make a sequel to The Secret. That was like 2006, I think. And it's a great 101 on law of attraction. You just got to put it in perspective, and they did on number 2. It feels empowering to believe you can manifest a car or a soulmate by visualizing hard enough. Yeah, no. But attraction without action, it's just daydreaming. Other laws require more responsibility. Cause and effect says your choices have consequences. And we don't want consequences if they're negative, right? Right? Compensation means you can get what you earn, not just what you want. See, you put more into it than really what's there. Don't add more, just do more. Law of inspired action says you actually have to do something. These laws ask people to own their patterns, behaviors, their energy, and that can feel uncomfortable and inconvenient, and it shares you have to be accountable to you and your own actions. People want fast results, not deep growth, and it's the law of rhythm. It reminds us life has seasons, highs and lows, and that timing matters. But most often people want instant gratification. They don't want to wait for the wave. They want to surf on command. And that's not fair to you or the people you're around. So they don't know, people just don't understand or know that these other 11 laws exist. Many people have just heard of them. The law of attraction gets about 90% of the spotlight, so unless someone dives into deeper spiritual metaphysical studies, they're unaware of it and the full toolkit that they can have. The full set, it's complicated. So 12 laws sound like a spiritual calculus problem or equation, and it's easier to cling to one or two and feel good, these feel-good principles, than to explore and align with all 12. But the universal laws work as a system. It's like gears in a watch. You can't just wind the gear and expect the whole thing to tick. Avoiding accountability is another why people, and I mentioned it a minute ago, laws of correspondence, polarity, they all require your own introspection. It means looking at your own inner world and acknowledging that what you see out there reflects what's going on in here. So it needs to have a balance. And many would rather blame the outside than to take a mirrored moment of themselves. People often pick and choose the universal laws like a buffet, taking the chocolate-covered attraction, skipping the steamed vegetables of action and rhythm and compensation. But when you start living in harmony with all 12, that's when your inner world and your outer world truly transform, sustainable and powerful. And I'm going to give a little animation of how this could work. So I'm just going to focus on law of attraction, and you can apply all of these in order to make that work. So you have a desire for this widget, and it's just a generic word, and that's what you're wanting. You want in the widget. Here it is. Here's the widget. I want that. That's my goal. Now we're going to take the subconscious mind and we're going to personify it, make it like human, if you will, in our own mind. I'll verbalize this. Here, Scully will be my example here. And in the subconscious mind, it's got comfort zone, thing called homeostasis, and it likes things just so. So imagine stubbing your toe, your whole body gets affected, but your subconscious mind and your autonomic nervous system and your whole body, it's going to try and bring things back to normal as quickly as it can. Now, sometimes when you're in pain, especially if it's immediate or whatever, as quickly as you can take a while, but it gets there. It's in its own right time. Some people heal faster than others or whatever. So I want that. So I now am going to start thinking about that, which I want, the widget that I want. I want this widget. I want this opportunity, whatever that is. I want that. Now, the word want is a word of lack. I want it. I will get it. I'm going to do it someday. I hope. I desire. All of those are words of lack. You gotta ditch the words of lack. Get them out of your vocabulary. Because when you start doing that, I want it, that's future. Subconscious mind doesn't care about that. It's right here and now. Subconscious mind, it's like, it starts to notice that you are looking at this so intently. You want this widget so intently. It just kind of pokes you. It just, hey, what do you think you're doing? And this is a conversation. You're not schizophrenic or crazy or anything. By having this conversation in your own mind, you already have them. So you might as well, be conscious of it. Hey, I'm doing this. I'm just not doing anything out here. Hey, subconscious mind, I'm just trying to manifest this widget. This is what I want. This is where my energy is going. And the subconscious mind's going, but dude, man, this is what we do. We don't do that. We do this. Remember, comfort zone doesn't like to struggle. It just wants to keep things right here. No, and its team, the subconscious has this little team of energy, and they're all probably having their little huddles. How are we going to get her back? How are we going to get her back? She's really working on this widget thing, and we can't have that because we're struggling. We're struggling, and it's causing me to feel resistance and struggle. It's like, and it is so easy to go back. So let's say I'm going along life, doing my thing, and I'm looking for my widget, and I'm really in it in my mind. So much so, I get it so much, so pure in my mind, it doesn't matter anymore if I ever have it. I will. But it doesn't matter anymore because it's there. I'm already living it, and my cells are changing, my energy is changing because it's happening. not happened, not in the past, happening right now. So the subconscious mind's like, what is going on? Why is she like this? It's like, and they're doing the struggle thing. But let's say an opportunity comes up for me to have this widget, and right at the last minute, it fails. I can do one of two things. Or I can just shrug my shoulders because I know I have this. It's obvious. It's to me, in my mind, I have this. So this opportunity may have failed. That's not this. Once I get rid of what's not that, what's left is that. Maybe this happens again and again and again. Fail, but they're not fail. It's feedback. It's resources. It's like an opportunity comes and I miss it, or it's missing me. Whatever. I stay in it. I stay in my vibration. I stay in this widget because this is what I'm looking for. This is what my attraction is. I'm doing work towards it. Maybe it's I'm wanting to write a book. Now, I'm working towards the book and I'm wanting it to be a bestseller and I want it to be really out there. I want people like, Steve Harvey to announce it on his show or something. Maybe that's what I'm attracting. It's not, but it just came to my mind. It's like, so, but this opportunity comes and it falls through and it falls through. I keep my vibration up. What people tend to do is go back to square one. Now the subconscious mind's so happy. I got you. You give it one little inch, and it's going to take a mile, and you got to work all that much harder to get back to where you were. So might as well just stay up here in this vibration. And the more you are, no matter what happens here in the outer world, right here, you are on it. You're manifesting it, but you've got the action, you've got the work going into it. You're clearing, and you got to have the emotion attached to it. Whatever that's going to make you feel when you have it, you should be feeling it now as if you do. So subconscious mind, after a couple of weeks, it keeps poking at you. Again, thank you for trying to protect me, because that's all it thinks it's doing. Remember, 8-year-old kid in the mind. Okay, I appreciate you trying to, but go, go fly a kite. I'm doing this. So maybe 3 weeks go by, and you have stayed in it 100%. You are in your mind doing your job. Maybe you're a bartender, maybe you're a waitress, maybe you're a housekeeper, or maybe you're a hypnotherapist, whatever. You are staying in it no matter what. This is what I'm doing. This is happening, and I have pure thought on it. And subconscious mind just keeps on. Yeah, okay, I feel the resistance, but you know what? The resistance is your evidence it's working. I'm just going to do this. So do what you got to do, but I'm doing this. Now remember something. The subconscious mind hates to fail. It hates to struggle. Oh, it has to be in comfort. It has to stay in homeostasis. Oh, it just gets this real thing. So after a few weeks, you're in it. You are powerful. And it's like, hey, what's going on, buddy? I'm like, I'm going to ignore you now. And now it's like looking at what you're doing. Okay, we got one chance, buddy. The subconscious mind huddles with its team now. Okay, we got one opportunity. Let's back up the trucks. Come on, let's go get her. Let's bring her back to here. Come on, wait a minute. She really isn't budging. She really isn't budging on this. So they have a choice, this innate energy, your subconscious mind. There's a choice it has to make. Struggle, which it hates, or change the vibration to what it is now. And now you have a new comfort zone. Voila. And in hypnosis, I help you get there faster. A little more rapidly. You still have to do the work. 12 universal laws. Oneness, correspondence, relativity, polarity, energy, cause and effect, attraction, vibration. I don't know, I think I said them all as I'm sitting here looking through my little cheat sheets. But they're all there, and you apply all of them. You have such an amazing balance in your life because of it. I'm going to be teaching Law of Attraction in a few weeks in my Wednesday night in-person free self-improvement classes. Be watching. And if you are interested, or you want more information, or if you just like a one-on-one about it, give me a call. I can help you. Here is, I know I printed this out at the bottom. We got Central Valley Hypnotherapy. It's 559-749-4803. That's how you can reach me. If you have any questions, just post them and they will get to me without a doubt, almost immediately, and I will answer them. Or if you just have instant questions right now, call me. If I'm available, I answer my phone 24/7. Happy to answer. Some people, I do take calls up until 11 o'clock at night. I know I'm weird like that, but I want to be flexible for people who work late at night as well. And they can't seem to get a 5 o'clock or before 5 o'clock phone call in. So you can call me as late as 11 o'clock. At 11:01, I typically, unless I recognize the number, you can just leave a message. I'll probably check it. And if it's an emergency, I'll probably call back. But I'm here to help. Anyway, I hope this has been helpful, kind of give you a little taste of law of attraction and just kind of open the door to, there's not just one, there's 12. And there may even be more, but these are the 12 that I've learned. Anyway, if you have any questions, let me know. My name's Ilah Brock, certified hypnotherapist. I'm here at Central Valley Hypnotherapy, and I hope you all have a wonderful week ahead. Subconsciously speaking, hey, what's in your mind?